conversational.
Very good.
Okay.
That works.
All right. Well, y'all can start off introducing yourselves, either or.
Hello, I'm Bronaugh. I am the president and CEO of the 1890 Universities Foundation. I am land grant grown in leadership. I hail from Virginia and previously served as extension administrator and dean at Virginia State University.
And good morning. I am Antonio McLaren. I serve as the vice president of programs for the 1890 Universities Foundation. I've been in the role now for 3 years. Previously, I had served in a variety of different roles with the United States Department of Agriculture, spanning a career of 22 years. And I'm also a proud 1890 University alum, two-time graduate of Virginia State University.
What is the mission and vision of the 1890 Foundation, and how does it support HBCUs and the agricultural research programs?
I'm happy to start there. The mission of the 1890 Universities Foundation, first it's a 501c3 nonprofit foundation. Mission to really provide resources, partnerships, and support for the 1890 universities. We actually provide support that helps them leverage their three-part mission of research, teaching, and extension. And of course, by supporting them and enabling them to provide premier programs in those areas, they are best positioned to serve communities not only all across the United States, but all throughout the world.
I would just add that, so we've been in existence now for 7 years, and we are also physically located in Washington, D.C.
What specific initiatives or programs does the 1890 Foundation sponsor to promote research, education, and outreach at HBCUs?
So I can start there. The 1890 Universities Foundation, one of the main programs that we support is the 1890 Centers of Excellence. This is a program that was authorized by the 2018 Farm Bill, and it's federally funded by USDA's National Institute of Food and Agriculture. There are currently 6 centers in existence, and the 1890 Foundation, what we do is we work in partnership with the Centers of Excellence, providing administrative support via reporting, invoicing, as well as communications. And these are centers that are really centers in name, but they are hosted by 6 of our 1890 universities, and then each center partners with other 1890 universities to carry out its respective programs and work.
I think what's so significant about the Centers of Excellence is the vision was to allow our 19 universities to speak in one voice. As we know, there are rich resources in all of our 1890 universities. They all have unique specialties in the work that they do. However, when you're talking about our 1890 universities, advocating for funding, as Dr. McLaren talked about, we receive funding through USDA NIFA, of course, that's authorized by Congress. When you talk about the work of the 19 universities, it's great to speak about them, the contribution they make as a system of universities. And I think that's very important. It helps people understand, one, how powerful they are, the impact that they have, and why it's so important that we leverage their research and their extension outreach and their rich teaching resources.
Any recent success stories, notable achievements facilitated by y'all supported 1890 Foundation?
Dr. McLaren, he talked about our partnership through USDA, and we've had significant support from USDA NIFA over the years, but also other USDA agencies have provided incredible support to the foundation. Most recently, the U.S. Forest Service, who has been a supporter of the foundation from day one, provided the foundation with a $35 million grant to focus on urban forestry and natural resource mitigation. And so we have just started to launch that grant. It's a 5-year grant. We have started that partnership with South Carolina State University and Tennessee State University. We're getting ready to partner with 5 additional universities, and ultimately we hope that all 19 of our universities will benefit and participate in this grant, and it can really focus on not only tree planting, protecting our forests and our wetlands, but it can serve as a career pipeline to bring our students, our young people, into the forestry industry.
address some of the challenges underfunding you spoke of?
Sure. So, there's been a lot of, in news, in the press, certainly, over the last several years, the persistent underfunding of HBCUs. And certainly, so all the 1890 institutions are HBCUs. So we are certainly a part of that pool of institutions that have not received its fair share of not only federal but also state support. Particularly at the state level, the 1890s are supposed to get a one-to-one match for their research and extension funds. For those 1890s who don't get that one-to-one match, it really does hamper them to be able to deliver research and extension programs efficiently and effectively. And 1890s, we have, I think what makes us very unique is that we have been very successful at doing more with less. However, imagine what more we could do if we were getting our full state match. So really, to kind of flip this into a positive moment, what I would say is a call to action to any alum, individuals that are being served by 1890 universities, to continue to work through your state and your congressional representatives, speaking in one voice about the power of the 1890 universities in your state, and specifically highlighting how food and agricultural professionals at those universities have really added value to your quality of life. So we're continuing at the 1890 Foundation that voice, advocating for those institutions, continuing to provide substance and conversation and dialogue, and to be able to foster sort of the collective good that the 1890s are doing, so that we can see more and hopefully an increase in funding, for example, in the next Farm Bill, and also for states to really recognize the importance of giving their institutions the full match in their states.
Dr. McLaren has said it very well. And I like the fact that he's really trying to think about this in a positive way, to really get at this issue. The disparity, if you put a dollar amount on the disparity over the past 30 years, is about $2.1 billion. And as Dr. McLaren said, you can imagine the loss opportunity.
Yeah.
What could have happened if there had been the investment, the state investment in our 1890s, what they could have done in terms of their facilities and their ability to recruit students and others. People have to understand the economic contribution that our 1890s make. About $5 million a year in economic contribution to the various states. $5 billion a year in economic contribution. It's significant. It's employment in local communities at our universities. It's the students, the contributions that the students make. And over a lifetime, there are billions of dollars that these students will earn after earning their degrees and working in communities, throughout the country and the world. So there's significant economic contribution in terms of our 1890 universities and the communities that they work in and serve. And again, being able to advocate, working with your state legislative caucuses is very powerful. Every state has an 1890 advocate that serves in their state general assembly, graduates of 1890 institutions. A call to them to say, hey, we need our 1890 universities in our communities, and we need you to help us ensure that our states get the match dollars. Since this issue has been raised, we have seen some progress. There are some states who have done well. North Carolina A&T, if I may call out a state, has actually received a 2-to-1 state match, and that's because this issue has been highlighted. UMES, Governor Wes Moore of Maryland, has identified $5 million in parity funding to go to UMES. So they're setting the precedent for more money to come from the states, and the accountability level is raised higher. So we have a great opportunity now for us, again, to continue to raise this up, to press and to set the expectation that the states not only match the funding, but there's an opportunity to exceed the state match, and we can do even more. We just invite you to, if you want to know more about the 1890 Foundation, 1890foundation.org. We are going to start telling our stories more of the incredible work of our 1890 institutions. We have an opportunity for you to contribute to the foundation to support our universities. We just established a Mort Newell Scholarship Fund from our first president and CEO. He is passionate about education and educating young people, and so we look forward to any donations being an investment in the future of our young people in this country.
No, I think Dr. Bronaugh said it perfectly. You know, we're looking forward to continuing to work and advance the work of the 1890 universities. So yeah, feel free to reach us on the website. We're also available on LinkedIn, and Dr. Bronaugh and I are also on LinkedIn if you want to reach out to us individually as well.
Absolutely, and thank you for this opportunity.
No problem. Thank y'all. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
All
We
right.
good?
Yeah.
All right.